Hello and welcome to my BANLIST WISHLIST video for the August 2024 format. This is about the trash fire game that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. But as it turns out, Yu-Gi-Oh! In general is in dire need of a ban list because every single format playable in the game is garbage. Who would have thought? For the forbidden cards, I don't want to see these two anymore. There isn't a single scenario in which playing these two cards increases the fun had by both players in a duel. Every single duel that either of these two shows up is just anti-fun for exactly one player, and probably super boring for the other one as well. We should just get rid of these two cards while we can. Limited 1. Oh look, a Floodgate. Wow-wee. This is super fun too, and I really enjoy that the most fun deck of this format gets to use it as well. Get rid of this, and you immediately make the game 2% better. Limited to left-hand shark or right-hand shark, I forgot which one it is, the rare one, the one that Konami can just semi-limit to like sort of reduce the consistency of a deck that is still rather new, still not really deserving of a major nerf, but has been making some good competitive showing and maybe needs to get like knocked down a single peg. Just a single peg, just a lot of consistency. We call that the 10-ye hit. Limited 3, Escape of the Unchained Star Seraph Scepter and the Dark Beckoning Beast Asshole should all go to limited 3. The idea behind this hit is that the best decks in the game should also not have access to the best staple cards in the game. So Unchained and Star Seraphs probably shouldn't be allowed to be playing, well, Crackdown for the latter, Ice Dragon Prison for the former, or pretty much anything for the former, really. And Dark Beckoning Beast, while Sacred Beast is not like one of the top 3 decks of this format, it is part of a really annoying, really consistent deck that does set a bunch of back row that it gets to draw for 3, and it's not really fun either, and I hate this card and I hate this deck, and this card is probably like ripe for abuse in many other decks anyway, so just get rid of it. Skills. Now this is where things start to get interesting. For the Star Seraph skill, Barion's White Shield, you should now have to return one card from your hand to your deck to activate the first effect that sets a card from the deck and one card from the hand for basically 3. This makes it so you don't just out of a bunch of resources that you get to access for free. Sometimes you have to make choices. Sometimes that's not going to matter, like you're going to return one monster from your hand to summon it from the deck anyway. But sometimes all you open is like 3 back row and 1 monster, and you're going to have to say goodbye to one of the back row. Also, the first effect should only be activatable twice per duel. I don't know why there's no like limitation on the number of times that you can use it. It's really silly and stupid, and that should not be the case. And last but not least, the second effect of this skill, when you turn into a Baryon, you should only be able to turn into a Baryon once. Flavor-wise, there's no reason why you should be able to turn into a Baryon several times per duel, and also get free stuff from your deck again. Board Lord Link, the last time we did one of these, I suggested that you should have to put one card from your hand back into your deck to get a free link to. Now I'm suggesting that you put one card from your hand and one from your graveyard back into the deck to get a free link to. This is so that you don't start with a free link to every time you go second, basically. You have to commit a little bit of plays and cards to make sure that, well, you actually sort of pay the cost for a link to. Costs in the skill. Remember when we had those? Revolution de Fleur. I thought of a nerf that just said, if you're playing this skill at the start of a duel, delete your entire Duel Links accounts. But I've been told that this wasn't fair or reasonable or balanced, like this is something that Konami is concerned about. So instead, here are the 2 nerfs that I'm proposing. 1, you're synchro locked for this entire duel, meaning that you don't just get to summon Dingesu for basically 3. Second, you don't get a free Neclofra on turn 2, which means that you don't get to use Sorge de Fleur super easily when you go second, so that you don't get to make Dingesu for free on turn 2. Everyone says, oh, but this is a generic skill that encourages diversity and deck building, but that's not really the case. The only things you really do with this skill is Synchro Climb, Beatrice Turbo, and that's basically it, isn't it? There's nothing else you're really doing with this. Wow, super interesting. Take Dingesu away from them. Sacred Beast Beckoning, my favorite skill. you should only be able to use the second effect, the one that puts a Sacred Beast from your deck out for free on turn 3 onwards. Which means that if you get to, hand trap your opponent and counter their Chaos Summoning Beast with a Skullmeister, for instance, you shouldn't be punished for it. They shouldn't get to still summon a big beater for free. There should be actual, consequences for when you manage to play around or interact with your opponent and not just ignoring interaction. I was considering putting the Shark skill there. You should probably have to pay a cost to get a free rank 3 Xyz with free Brackler answer from thin air. You should have to return a card. Probably, I forgot to put it in because it's the least of my concerns, really. But McLeod, you ask, what about these decks that have also had good recent tournament showings? I don't think either of these decks is really an issue and needs to be addressed, with the maybe exception of Sky Striker, especially considering it's bound to get more support soon, and it's probably going to be a very powerful deck. The thing is, what do you even hit in Sky Strikers? They already have a limited 3 and a limited 2. Do you put one of their cards to limited 1? But then you cut off so much from them that, I don't know. It's probably going to be a problem, but later. And I'm not concerned with the later for now. As far as cards that you can and should free go, I don't care about anything except these two. These two should come back to unlimited, and this is not going to change a single thing about Cyber's Dragon's viability in the current metagame, which is null. This deck is absolutely not viable, not even at a rogue level, not even as a subpar Orcust engine. Considering the caliber of skills that we've been getting throughout this entire year, you could put Cyber Style back to its pre-second nerf level, and this would not change a thing about dueling's current format. This Cyber Style looks really tame compared to all the skills that we've been getting this year that had to be nerfed and keep getting made regardless. Why do they do that? Anyway, that's gonna be it for the BANLIST wishlist video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you agree or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. And I will see you all next time, possibly with a better game. Bye!